We're also going to do some comparisons to the True Romance and Reservoir Dogs DVDs and tell you the positives and the negatives and give you a real well-rounded look at why or why not you should get certain things. And here we go. So I got it in the this Quentin Tarantino box set, which has Killing Zoe in it, despite him not really being his film. But the French release was much cheaper to get all three films in this set than buying Reservoir Dogs and True Romance on their own. So I kind of got Killing Zoe as an extra, as I wasn't really looking to get that, although I did quite enjoy it back in the day. I'll start with True Romance because that was the real reason I started on this journey of trying to seek out this True Romance Blu-ray. Now, True Romance has been released in the US and the UK with a different print to this, and a print I've not seen, but I have seen screenshot comparisons with the DVD and read many reviews, and the American UK release of True Romance on Blu-ray is meant to be very underwhelming and not much of an upgrade on the DVD. The DVD was a very strong DVD release on a nice dual-layered disc. I've done some comparisons this morning, and yeah, this version here, this print here is amazing. It blows the DVD out of the water, and from what I can tell from looking at screen caps online, it blows away the American and UK Blu-ray release. There was some debate to whether this was the director's cut because it was a little bit short in running time, but I think you can blame that on a logo at the beginning of the running time running much longer than a production logo does on the American version, because I can't see any differences, and they have the same audio commentaries that fit in the same space on both releases. So we've already talked about the positives. It's a much better picture, stunning picture. As far as quality of the film, this is the one to pick up. The two negatives we have here is, firstly, it's missing a couple of the special features from the American DVD, which I'm pretty sure would have been on the Blu-ray as well, but one of them is the storyboards that you can watch at the same time as the films for a comparison. I'm not too worried about missing that, but the one special feature I am bummed about missing is they had on disc 2 of this, you could watch scenes from the film with selective commentaries from Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Brad Pitt, and Michael Rappaport, talking about their characters while their scenes are playing. That does not appear on this. So I will be holding on to the DVD for that reason, and one other reason, which is that there is about 5 lines of Italian spoken in True Romance, and they are not subtitled in this version. They are subtitled in this version, and you know, one of them tells a pretty good joke, but you can actually tell from the language and the way you can tell what's being said, especially if you've seen the film before. So it doesn't really ruin the enjoyment of the film, but those English subtitles are missing. They do have a French subtitles for those bits, but you can turn those off, so you don't have to have any French subtitles popping up over the Italian parts at all. And as I say, there's very few lines, maybe 5 or 6 lines total. It doesn't really hinder your enjoyment of the film whatsoever, but it is something that's missing. So to keep the overall maximum content, I'm going to keep this beautiful edition anyhow. This edition just has, you know, the French writing. There's nothing inside, whereas this version is pretty cool. There, and then a slipcover. So I'm happy about keeping that anyway, and the couple of things missing, you know, helps make the decision. So I would say, you know, with those things in mind, if you don't own True Romance at all, this is the version to pick up. If you own this, or the Blu-ray version of this, I'd still say this version is the one to pick up because it is far superior in visual quality. It has the same 5.1 audio surround, has the same 3 audio commentaries, and all the same making of special features. The 3 audio commentaries, of course, in case you are not aware, are really good ones. Firstly, there's one with Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette, the 2 stars of the film. It's got a few gaps in their commentary, but overall it's pretty good. Then there's a commentary with the director Tony Scott, and then a 3rd commentary with Quentin Tarantino. Now, Tarantino doesn't really do commentaries for his own films, but he does a full commentary for this one, and it's a real goodie. I wish he would do more commentaries for his own films. Maybe he feels he can talk, more freely for a film that he hasn't directed. But it's definitely definitely a good addition to pick up. It's a shame they didn't include the English subtitles in there, but I did have the same package. I picked up the Woody Allen film Scoop on Blu-ray, and shockingly, you can watch it in French with no subs or English with forced subs. So that was a big boo-boo on my part, but I couldn't find any information about that. It was, none of these ones that I'm going to talk about today have any problems like that, and you can rest assured that you can watch this in English with no French subtitles, and be quite happy. Now, the special features do have French subs, but they're just usually just making of things and interviews, and they're not really that important. The only part where it could be annoying to some is that they have subtitles over forced French subtitles on the deleted scenes. And I haven't double-checked this morning. I probably should have. I thought they had an audio commentary with the deleted scenes on the DVD. I'll try and double-check that and put it down here in text, whether that's true, if I remember. But they did have the audio commentary with the alternative ending, with 2 audio commentaries with the alternative ending, one with Tarantino and one with Tony Scott. Now, so that could be what I'm remembering, but I'll double check on that, hopefully. So, really good pickup. Looks stunning. Much brighter and easier, crisper than the DVD and the Blu-ray American Blu-ray, from what I can tell. French Blu-ray True Romance. Go get it. The next thing out of the pack is the Reservoir Dogs Blu-ray. Now, the Blu-ray, I've never seen the Blu-ray of the American, UK, Australasian Blu-ray Reservoir Dogs, but it does not get talked up very much, as much of an upgrade on the reviews I've read. And the special features for the Reservoir Dogs Blu-rays have been really pitiful, especially the one locally here. It has almost nothing on it. But this one here has a plethora of special features. In fact, it matches this special edition on DVD that I've held on to because it has all these great special features. It looks like, as far as I can tell, that it has everything this has. This was a 2-disc special edition back in the day. It didn't have the best audio visual presentation. This has a really good audio presentation, much better, and the visual presentation is night and day difference when I compared them today. Although it does feel like there's been a little bit of DNR put on here. There's not much grain to be seen, a very thin layer of grain, but no one really looks waxy. At first I thought, oh God, they all look, there's maybe some detail missing, but I think it's just because they're all so young. Steve Buscemi doesn't have any lines in his face because he's young. Yeah, no one looks waxy. It still looks really good. The colors really pop. Much more stable image. Looks good in motion. And comes with a audio commentary, which features Tarantino, but I don't think they were actually recorded over the top. As far as I could tell, what I was listening to a great deal of it today, they're not actually. I think they're just interview segments that are put over the top, or scene-specific audio commentaries. Tarantino's on sparingly on some of this. The producer, cinematographer, and other production members. Not the greatest commentary. I don't like those kind of commentaries. I like proper full commentaries while they're watching the film, but it also has deleted scenes and an alternate cut of the air cutting scene. A Small Dogs documentary, which is called the Sundance Film Festival retrospective, which I don't know was on the DVD or not. I can't remember. It's not listed on the back. It's interviews. There's a look at the K-Billy interactive radio. Securing the Shot documentary. There's trailers, poster gallery. All that stuff is on here. If there's anything missing, it's just some minor stuff. So really this has got the full Monty of special features and better audio and visuals. I can comfortably let this one go now and just hold on to this, which is pretty much a duplicate, but with, as I say, better visual and audio. So recommend picking this up. You can watch it in English 5.1 or French 5.1. Okay, this is where it gets trickier with the French release. I wasn't actually particularly looking for this, so it doesn't bother me too much. This is Killing Zoe, which was written and directed by Quentin's early collaborator Roger Avery. It's a pretty good film starring Eric Stoltz, a heist film, but it's set in France. And there is a reasonable amount of French language in it. It's mostly still English, as the main character player, Eric Stoltz, doesn't speak French, so he is speaking in English to people. If people start talking to him in French, often he says, "I don't speak French," and then they repeat themselves in English. The main segments that have French speaking them there's a few scenes during the heist where Eric Stoltz is in a different part of the building, and his robbers are speaking in French to one another, but you can really kind of make out what's going on pretty easily. This is the only way of getting this on Blu-ray, by the way. It's not been released on Blu-ray in any other country. It's a French-only Blu-ray release so far, and I didn't find it. I watched this morning, and I didn't find it just. I found it perhaps unfortunate that there wasn't English subtitles over the few French parts there are, but it didn't actually detract me from knowing what was going on at all or my enjoyment of the film. So, I would leave it up to you whether you wanted to get this or not. If you're really desperate to get Killing Zoe on Blu-ray, I'd say that it's still enjoyable, especially if you've seen the film before. More recently, I hadn't seen this since it came out, so I wasn't really aware of where it was going when I was watching it. I'd pretty much forgotten, but I think if you're a fan of this film and really wanted to get the Blu-ray, that you should probably go ahead and get it. It does have a lot of good special features. Has a commentary with the director, has storyboards, comparison with the film, has a documentary called Shooting Zoe, which is 59 minutes long, deleted scenes and promotional materials, posters, etc., that you can, and trailers you can check out. And those are all in English with French subs. This does have French subs, but that doesn't help when watching it. But they're not burnt in. You can watch it without the subs. So, pretty happy with the box set. This is the two that I was after, especially True Romance. Holding on to the DVD of this just for a couple of those extra special features. I can get rid of my DVD of this, and this is superior to, both of these are superior to the American or UK or Australasian Blu-ray counterparts. And the only way to get Killing Zoe, which I just counted this as an extra, I got it in this box set, kind of a cheapie. I'll hold on to it. Doesn't have English subs for the French-speaking parts, but those are not even 10% of the film, I would say, at a guess. So maybe even less than that, So I hope that helped you out if you were thinking about picking up any of these items. I'm really happy with this transfer. It's given a new lease on life. So Pippi's having a sleep. say goodbye.